Invasive species are species of plants or animals that are non-native to an area and are causing ecological harm to the native ecosystem. They can be species that are introduced from far away, hitching a ride on human vessels, species that expand their geographic range due to a changing climate. In New England waters, two invasive species that are of particular concern are the European green crab and the black sea bass. The European green crab was introduced from European trading ships to the east coast of North America in the 1800s during the beginnings of modern globalization. A female green crab can lay up to 185,000 eggs in a year, and these eggs can be dispersed by the tides and currents, contributing to their rapid spread. Today, the invasive green crab has spread throughout the world. As voracious predators, green crabs have had a massive impact on Gulf of Maine ecosystems. Green crabs are in large part responsible for the decimation of shellfish populations, including species that humans like to eat, such as oysters, mussels, and the New England soft-shelled clam. Green crabs are also known to destroy eelgrass beds that are important food sources for turtles and seabirds and act as nursery grounds for fish young. European green crabs even threaten native crab and lobster populations, eating juveniles and competing for food and space. Like the green crab, the black sea bass is also a threat to lobsters in the Gulf of Maine. Historically, the black sea bass was a mid-Atlantic fish ranging from North Carolina waters to the southern shore of Cape Cod. However, warmer waters due to climate change have allowed it to expand into the Gulf of Maine, where it has threatened the crab, shrimp, and lobster fisheries. With these invasive species causing harm to the native species in the Gulf of Maine that people depend on for food and livelihood, there remains the question, what can be done? One suggestion is to eat the problem. Eating the invasive species may help in efforts to control the population and mitigate the harmful impacts to the native ecosystem. An additional benefit is that it can help diversify a fisherman's catch portfolio and provide an alternative source of income that doesn't rely on an overharvested stock. Creating a local market for consumption of invasive species also creates an economic incentive for fishermen to catch and sell these species rather than relying on grant money or tax dollars to pay for the removal of invasive species purely for conservation reasons. In New England, there is tremendous market potential for green crab and black sea bass. In the Gulf of Maine, green crabs are typically considered near worthless because there's not much meat in them. But green crabs are considered a delicacy in Venice, especially when served soft-shelled. In North America, the rise in market development for soft-shelled green crab has taken a cue from this Italian luxury. Organizations such as Green Crab R&D are creating recipes to promote green crabs as a food source in the U.S. Meanwhile, black sea bass are highly valued in their traditional native range, but because catch quotas are set using historical values and the population is relatively new to the Gulf of Maine, this is an underutilized resource. From an ecological viewpoint, invasive species can be very bad, but with the help of conservationists, fishermen, and consumers, you might just find that invasive species can also taste very good.